Everyone wants glowing, flawless skin and thick and bouncy hair. Everyone wants to look young and up their A game. If you have been through any form of aesthetics, you might have realized that no matter how expensive your creams and potions are, you are missing a key component if you are focusing only on what to apply. You know my rant. Living a healthy and happy life is an individual's birthright and our collective responsibility. And I will continue with it till the day I die. If you have been a part of this channel for some time now, you know just how much I keep asking you to focus on your overall health and not just your skin or the disease that you're trying to fix. Your skin is a true reflection of what you are and feel from within. And to discuss this further, I am thrilled to have a brilliant young mind like myself join me to discuss this today. Huyen Vu is a board certified physician assistant and a certified functional health practitioner. As the founder of In Charge Functional Health Consulting, Huyen specializes in helping women with gut and hormone issues regain energy and mental clarity by addressing the root cause of their health concerns. Sounds familiar to what I keep ranting, doesn't it? Well, now you know it's not just me. I had a lot of fun recording the show because Huyen is a sweetheart and full of wisdom. You'll realize when you hear her. So first, let's understand what exactly is the gut-skin axis and how can the health of our gut impact the health of our skin.
The gut and skin axis is actually like a bidirectional relationship between the gut microbiome and the skin. So the health of our gut can actually influence the health of our skin. Certain condition like gut dysbiosis, when you have overgrowth of gut bacteria, or leaky gut, when the lining of your intestine is not intact, is not only allow certain nutrients to pass through, but it also allow like toxins and bacteria to get through. Then your body will see that as stranger danger and trigger a systemic inflammation response to the substance. And when it trigger that systemic response, it also affect your immune response. It also release some chemicals such as cytokine, and those are pretty inflamed, and that will manifest in your skin as acne, eczema, psoriasis, hive, and itching skin. So it's actually a tight relationship between the gut and the skin here.
Huyen's journey is very similar to mine. She transitioned from traditional and conventional medicine towards the functional medicine route. Are you eager to know why? I am.
I started first to heal myself. I was diagnosed with IBS when I was 18, and I was told by doctor that there's no cure for IBS. You just treat the symptom. So I remember when I was in my 18 and 20, up to my like early 30, whenever I go, I will carry Pepcid and Tums and Gas X with me, because I don't know what food gonna trigger the symptom, when I need to use the restroom, thing like that. So it's really affect my life too, because I have to plan every time I go out to eat or I travel. I have to make sure that it doesn't upset my stomach. But I was told by doctor that there was no cure for it. So I went to PA school and I found the answer for myself in conventional and modern medicine. And in fact, I mean, I couldn't find the answer myself, like in modern medicine. There's no cure for IBS. So from IBS, it's manifest into hypothyroidism. I was having fatigue all the time. My hair was falling out. I have really dry skin. And it's subclinical hypothyroidism. So again, the doctor told me it's subclinical. There's no treatment for it. You don't need to do anything for it. We just check your lab in 6 months, make sure that it's still okay. So I live that life. And I start the dangerous thing is that I start to get used to it. I normalize it until I try to get pregnant with my husband, and it took us 2 years to conceive. And I ended up having a miscarriage on my first one because my OBGYN told me it's common. 1 in 5 women will have a miscarriage. So it's not something that you did. Your health is fine. You should be able to have kid again. But later on, when I learned about functional medicine, I learned that my thyroid probably have something to do with it too, because you need to have a optimal thyroid in order to have a healthy pregnancy. Well, luckily now I have two kids, and they are beautiful and healthy, but they have random allergy. They have just like egg allergy and peanut and penicillin and ibuprofen, and that when it really struck me, I start questioning why, like why I don't have those allergy. My husband doesn't have those allergy. Why do my kid have these allergy? And I start to look deeper like that when I seriously sit down and start looking for answer. And I found functional medicine, and I found the cure for my IBS, for my subclinical hypothyroidism. I understand why my kid have all these random allergy. And at that point, I remember that I felt frustrated. I was excited I found the cure, but that I was frustrated at the same time. I was like, I live a whole decade with these symptoms and nobody told me about this. So I decided that I need to bring it out to the world and make it more visible, make it more noticeable. People need to know about this.
Have you ever wondered what are the common skin conditions that you can manifest and that are closely linked to gut health?
Some common skin condition that you can see that tightly connected to the gut health will be skin acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, people that have like chronic hive and itching for no reason. They've been trying to remove off like environmental trigger, like detergent, lotion, body wash, everything hypoallergenic, and they still have that hive and itchiness, and that when they should start looking into the gut health. And these connection can manifest as a flare or a worsening of a skin symptom. So have you ever found yourself like after you have a stressful week or been eating fast food that whole week, you start having more acne than usual? Your face is more flare, your eczema flare up, your rosacea is just more visible on your face and your nose. So that indicate that yes, your body is inflamed. There's some dysbiosis going on there, and that when you should listen to your body and start seeking for help.
Believe it or not, inflammation is the root cause of most of the diseases we are seeing plaguing the society today. For any disease to manifest, the abnormal process that begins, that is that kind of trigger, is inflammation. So how does inflammation in the gut contribute to inflammation in the skin? And once you know that, Huyen will also share some strategies to reduce inflammation both in the skin and the gut.
Great question, because it seemed to be so distant, right? It's my gut and it's my skin. They're not even close together. How can one thing happen in my gut can manifest in my skin? But sometimes you have to think about a systemic inflammation, a systemic reaction that your body produces to a local inflammation or infection. So if you have like an overgrowth of bacteria in your gut, or if you have leaky gut that we discussed earlier, that will allow that bacteria and the toxin that the bacteria produce to cross through that barrier. Think of it like a firewall, right? Your body firewall is not strong anymore. It's been attacked, it's being invaded. So now your body seeing all the things that is not supposed to be seen, and the protective mechanism of the body will be producing that immune response and trigger that inflammation to release all these chemical and fight the infection. But then at the same time, all that chemical, all that immune response will trigger inflammation everywhere else too, including the skin. The skin is just one part of it. It can cause inflammation in the brain as well, because it can cross that blood-brain barrier. And I'm not surprised to see like gut health patient having problem with brain fog and fatigue, ADHD, ADD, because it is systemic inflammation. So even though it seems to be distant, they all connected. And second part of the question, some good strategy to help reduce inflammation. It doesn't sound sexy. We go down to the basics of diet, right? We start with diet first. So you can introduce some food that help to reduce inflammation, such as like cruciferous vegetable like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, omega-3, so healthy fat, from avocado, salmon, nut, and seed. There's some herb that really helpful to help heal the gut lining, such as like marshmallow root, licorice, um, L-glutamine, amino acids. So those are really good to help heal the gut lining too. Probiotic is great, fiber is great, prebiotic is very helpful, but I would recommend that everyone is unique. So before you start any supplement, make sure that you consult with like a healthcare provider or functional health practitioner first to see if you are the right fit for it.
You are stressed. I am stressed. We all are stressed in this crazy world, aren't we? But whether we believe it or not, stress and our mental health does impact our gut and skin health. Let's understand how does it actually happen and what are the techniques you can employ to take care of it.
Stress is one of my favorite topics because it affects like so many systems in the body too. So when we talk about stress, like people automatically think about what coming from your brain, right? Your mind, your brain, you being stressed out. But the interesting thing is that when we think about stress and people who have anxiety or depression, they usually put on a glass of medication called SSRI or SNRI. And what this medication does is that it tries to bring up like the serotonin level in the brain so that they feel more happy. So the serotonin is the happy hormone there. So even though it's the happy hormone for the brain, 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut. And that's mind blowing for people when I try to explain that. And I was like, that's why you need to have a healthy gut, a good gut health, so that your body is able to produce sufficient amount of serotonin for your brain to use and make you feel happy. So when you stress out, the gut actually has its own brain, right? It's called enteric nervous system. So sometimes when you have that gut feeling that you have to do something, it's because your gut has its own brain. Um, so it's a bidirectional relationship between the gut health and the brain health too. So when you are stressed out of that, it doesn't innervate from the central nervous system down to the enteric nervous system very well. So things in the gut not gonna be working sufficiently, such as motility. It's gonna change your microbiome as well as alter the microbiome in the gut when you are stressed. And stress itself, it can actually leading to a leaky gut as well. The other thing that stress do is stress by itself can raise your blood sugar. And we know the tight relationship between like hormone health and gut health. When you have elevated blood sugar, that leading to insulin resistance, that feedback and causing like less motility in the gut as well. So all of that are tightly and beautifully connected together. It's like interconnection between all part of the body. So when you are stressed out and all of that is not functioning well, it just trigger more inflammation in your body. And we talked about earlier, when you have that inflammation locally, it triggers systemic inflammation too. And that's not surprise when you have a stressful week, you didn't sleep well, you didn't eat well, you start having constipation and or when I have IBS when I was younger. I mean, I'm still have it if I'm not keeping it under control. So I can share my story. Like when I was in college, before every test, I have to use the restroom because I was nervous.
Seriously?
Yes, yes.
Oh God.
And I love sharing it because some people have the same problem and they just never share with anyone because they thought that, okay, that's embarrassing. That's not normal. But it's definitely not normal, but it's common. Like a lot of people are going through this and just a three big thing that I focus on with my client is sleep, exercise, and environmental toxin. So we know that sleep is so important for the body to heal. Um, and in certain people, even in my client too, even when they sleep, they don't have like a very deep, restful sleep. Because if your body is constantly in that stress mode, it's constantly trying to um, fight or flight. So it trying to constantly running away from that tiger, saving its life. So It doesn't care about sleeping. It doesn't care about digestion. It sends all the energy to the heart and the lungs and the muscle to run away. So a lot of my clients, I have to teach them to do stress management before sleeping time. So they will have like a nighttime routine when they take a warm bath to relax the body, do some meditation before sleeping, avoid any trigger like screen time or watching TV or movie or answering email before bedtime so that the body can have time to actually go into that rest and digest mode so they have a restful sleep. Exercise is another important thing that I implement with my client too, because exercise is the way for the body to detox. It's open up the detox pathway through sweating. It helps to build up muscle to help with certain conditions like insulin resistant or estrogen dominance. So exercise is very important, and it's also raise the cortisol naturally too. So my client have like more energy to carry on with their day. And last thing is environmental toxin. Nowadays, we live in the world that's surrounded by toxin everywhere, from the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, things that we lather on the skin, the food that we eat is all contain toxin, and not a whole lot of people know about it. So I do a lot of like education about what should you avoid, certain chemical that will be red flag, reading the label, so people know to pick the educational, wise choice. They have the education to make like the good choice for their body and their health and their family too.
Alrighty, now we come to the fun part of the show, rapid fire with Dr. Doctor. Are you ready?
Okay,
Yeah.
bring it on.
How do you start your day?
I start my day with drinking a big cup of water, then get my kid ready for school, drop her off, and go to the gym on my day off or go to work on the day that I work.
Okay, how long will you live up to?
What do you mean by that?
You have to pick a number. How long do
Oh,
you think
pick a
you'll live up
number?
to?
Okay. I'll be happy if I live up to 80s.
Yeah. Not more?
No. If all my friends are gone, so to me, I feel like if my friends are gone and someone have to wipe my butt, then I'm good to go.
What's a trend you would like to see disappear forever?
A trend? That's a good question. I would say stop these like stupid challenge on TikTok, like swallowing Tide Pod or any of those crazy challenge. Just please stop it.
What was your last search on Google?
Oh, my last search on Google? I think I was searching for summer camp for my daughter.
That's sweet. What is the worst health advice you have heard someone give or have received?
Oh my God. I have something to share. There's an expert on stage, and that person was sharing with everyone that not eating is the best for your body. And I was like, oh my God, I could not believe my ear. Like, I just heard that. Everyone is so unique. So I think that person was referred to like fasting, right? But everyone is unique, and hearing that fasting advice from a male being a woman, like, but male are different. Like, they can go longer than that. They can go for a week. So don't tell all the audience in there, including the female, that not eating is the best thing for your body.
What's the one thing you would like to change about yourself?
But one thing I would like to change about myself. One thing that I'm still working on is overthinking.
If past lives are real, what was yours?
My husband used to tell me, in your past life, you must be like a soldier or like or a general, because I'm just like I'm like more. I don't want to use the word masculine, but like I'm like more decision making,
Discipline, yeah.
determined, and thing like that. And he's like, you must be like a soldier or
Would you rather be constipated or have diarrhea?
That's funny. I picked constipated because at least I can still like function. But diarrhea, I will be glued to the toilet. I mean, I don't want any of them, but if I have to pick one, it will be constipation.
Okay. Sweet or savory?
Oh, savory.
Obese and happy or skinny and miserable?
Ooh. I think I'm miserable both way. But I'll choose happy, happy, and whatever come with it.
Oh my god, I think this is the most fun I've had. The eyes or the lips?
Eyes.
Diamonds or pearls?
Diamond.
Are you listening? The man out there, Mr. Wu. Is that right?
Yeah, he's listening.
Logic or emotion?
Ooh, I'm more logic, so I'm gonna go with logic.
Win the lottery or land your dream job?
Land my dream job.
Save 100 strangers or one loved one?
Wow, that's a tricky one. Can I do both?
It's all right. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just like these are like purposely are selected some
yeah,
ones too. Yeah.
yeah.
I apologize. I'm nasty sometimes.
Hey, you're testing my ethical here. Well, I'm gonna be selfish and save my loved one.
That's absolutely fine. I hope we are never put on that spot.
I'm Vietnamese, and in Vietnamese culture, when you are dating someone, like the girl usually, it's kind of funny joke too. The girl usually asks the man that if me and your mom both drowning, who you gonna save? And my husband said, I will sign you up for a swimming lesson.
That was wonderful. I hope you had as much fun as we did. Thank you for taking the time. If you like this episode and everything that we're sharing on this channel so far, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that is the only way you and I can stay connected and you can get notified every time a new video gets uploaded. I'm grateful to all our expert speakers for taking the time to share their expertise with us on this show. Continue to glow, thrive and shine as always. Take care. I'll see you soon.